Yeah, so I remember I just went to this like place down not downtown, but a place kind of down this like street called Dyer. I live in El Paso, Texas. So there's this big street Dyer, and like it has a bunch of stores all along it. And like down the street, down Dyer from like kind of where I live, down Dyer, there's a tattoo place. And heard it wasn't too expensive, at least compared to the one downtown. So yeah, I went there and showed them the logo, and I was like, "Yeah, I want this." I was like, "I kind of want it, not too big, like kind of right here." And then the guy's like, "Man, you got to This is green. Like, you gotta get this like big." And I was like, "Fuck it, whatever. Let's get it bigger than I thought." So then, yeah, I drew it up. Whatever. We um, started getting the tattoo, and it was like a pretty cool experience. Like it was fun. I was just sitting there, and with the needle in my arm, like zzz. It hurt a bit, but it was all right. And like one of the guy's friends came around, and he was like, "Is this your first time getting a tattoo?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, it's my first time." And it's like, "Well, it's your first time," and he started pouring shots for me and the guy giving me my tattoo. So me and the guy, the fucking recording froze. Me and the guy just started taking shots together. The guy giving me my tattoo and me. And this isn't the first time I drank it, so like it was whatever. That was pretty cool. Um, yeah, and I guess it did numb the pain a bit. Big like I think we took max like 3 shots. I think so. It might have helped a little bit with the pain, and we were just like yeah, sitting there. And I don't know, this guy that was giving me the tattoo, I'll overlay a picture of it right now, like so you can see it good. It's not the best. It's not really the best in any means. Um, Definitely not the best. The line work, but during the whole tattoo, the guy kept like stopping to talk to his friends like over and over and over again. And then there's this one time uh okay, so he was trying to get me to read this book called The Art of Seduction. He was like talking to me like I was wearing my glasses, I guess, and he was like, "Man, you seem like a smart dude or whatever." Um and then he was like, "I don't tell anybody this, but there's this book I've read, and like if you want help with women, read this book called The Art of Seduction." He's like, "I don't ever tell anybody this, because if you go tell everybody this, then everyone's gonna know. So like, don't tell anyone I'm telling you this." And like the guy was just trying to get me to read this book, and like I'm not very interested in reading that book, but but this guy was interesting. So I just like I was telling him, yeah, man, you know what? For sure, like if I start reading again or whatever, yeah, I'll definitely check it out. And at some point, he just kept talking about the book a lot and like how much, um, like it's helped him get women or whatever. So I was like, yeah, man, sure. And I was like, yeah, man, I'll think about reading it or whatever. And then at the end, and like when we were kind of wrapping up the book talk, and he got kind of mad at me. He was like, he's like, what? He's like, he started raising his voice, and he's like, man, I don't really know. I mean, like, I'm like telling you this book, to read, and you're saying you'll maybe read it. Um, I don't know. And he started kind of getting worked up. He started getting worked up a bit. And he's kind of telling me about some dudes that came into his store and like pissed him off or whatever. And like he was like, and you know what I told him? I said, "Get out!" And they kind of like yelled at me like that. But he was telling a story about other people, and I was like, and I was just like, oh, yeah. Wow. And like even like people in the room kind of looked over and maybe thought he was telling me to get out. But yeah, he was still doing the tattoo, and he raised his voice. He yelled, and then after like a little bit, like basically right after telling me about this art seduction book, like and how good it's made with women or whatever, he got a phone call from his wife that he was telling me about how like amazing it is, or whatever. And then he started also in the middle of giving me a tattoo, having a fight with his wife on the phone call. So that was like a whole thing. And then after the fight, I kind of just stayed quiet, and I was just like, damn. And then also again, he like kept talking to like for his friends or whatever. And then, and then at some point, nearing the end of the tattoo, he started telling me about some dude in the store that was talking shit about me. uh, and yeah, apparently some dude didn't like me in the store. I don't know why. I hadn't really talked to anyone in the store other than like this one dude and the other dude that was like drawing up the picture for my tat. And some dude did not like me in the store, apparently. He was like, he told the guy that was giving me a tattoo, he was like, that was a bitch or whatever. And like, he was kind of like vouching for me, which was pretty cool. Like, the guy, he seemed like a nice guy, really. The guy giving me a tattoo. He was like, yeah, this guy was talking like shit about you earlier. He was like saying you were like a bitch or whatever. And like we don't take that shit in our store. And like, I told that guy to get the fuck out if like you're gonna be like that or whatever. And I was like, well, thanks, like, man, I appreciate that. And like, he seemed like a nice guy. Maybe not the best guy to get a tattoo from, but he seemed like a nice guy. Maybe he was just having an off day, but yeah. we took some shots. He gave me a tattoo, lines with a not amazing line work. And at the very end, you got my tattoo. He's like, alright, you're good to go. Bam! Slapped the absolute fuck out of it. And then I was like, fuck! Oh. And then, yeah. $140, for this boy. And that's, yeah. And he said he could give me touch-ups for free. Because I don't really think it's, like, that dark. Like, I think it should be darker. I'm still debating on whether I'm even going to go back or not. But yeah. I went outside. And waited. And waited for my grandma to pick me up from the tattoo place. And then, got in a car. And then, I was like, hey, I got a tattoo. And then she was like, what? Like, I didn't tell anybody I was gonna get a tattoo, obviously. She was just like, what? No, you're kidding. And I just showed it to her. I was like, yeah, look. And I was like, hey, can we go to Walmart and get, like, some, like, that shit you put on it or whatever? It's a fun night. She was very surprised. I'm the first person in our family to get a tattoo. It's not on your, like, fucking like a butterfly on your ankle or some shit. So yeah, that's the story. I'm honestly proud to have these guys on my body for the rest of my life because they meant a lot to me now. They still do. There were times where, like, I was very depressed and legitimately wanted to kill myself. And watching these guys, they just made me laugh all the time. Without fail, they just made me laugh. It made me feel better. Inspire me. They work hard and they do a lot and they're just amazing guys. And if you haven't seen Achievement Hunter, they're fucking funny dudes. I love them. Thanks for watching, everybody. I guess that's it, huh? Peace out. Peace out. Hang tight. Lay loose. Oh.